Episode 8, I'm going to be talking about Reflex Subtleties. These are going to be things that are mechanics of the game that are kind of emergent as a result of some simpler things that might not be obvious to players who are new to the genre. And whenever I talk about this, I'm going to have one-on-one in mind, but they still will have takeaways that apply to other modes. So, for starters, whenever someone respawns, there are set locations that the game will choose from. The person who made the map will define the spots that they can respawn, and it does help a lot to learn where they are. That way, whenever you kill somebody, you know where they might come back. So, an easy way to do that, once you have the map downloaded on your local drive, you can go to it, and then go into Map Maker mode. This is what a respawn spot looks like. So, on this map, this is DP4, there's one there, there's one there. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So there are 6 respawn spots. On first spawn, you'll get one, your opponent will get another. Obviously, in free-for-all, other people will spawn in other locations as well. Now, whenever you die, respawn completely ignores the closest location to where you spawn, or where you died. So, if you fight somebody over here, and you kill them, you know they are not coming back here. They might come back here, they might come back here, but it does have a bias toward the further spots. So more likely, they'll be there, there, or there. So, as you can see, whenever you kill someone near a cross-map teleporter like this, takes you all the way over there, it's good to immediately take the teleporter and try to see if you can get an extra frag following up on a kill. Or if you're trying to maintain control, maybe this is getting into advanced duel strategies, but one of my favorite strategies is wound your opponent whenever he gets a fresh spawn. So if he spawns, you see him there, shoot him with a rocket, blast him away, make him run, and then just go about your business. Collect the armors you need. You'll take advantage of the fact that he needs weapons, he needs armor, and now he even needs health. So the wound and run strategy is one of my favorites. Been using it in Quake 1 for years. Works wonders. So, jumping back to the topic of respawns, whenever you die, there is a 5-second timer that starts. So, I think this works if I type suicide too, but after 1 second I can click but jump or attack to respawn, or after 5 it brings me back anyway. So, if you have a lead in a match and you die, don't immediately respawn. Wait a little bit. And then run away. You don't want to feed your opponent frags whenever you have the lead and time is ticking down. So, another thing about dying is whenever you die, you drop behind a weapon, which is what you're currently holding out. In this case, it's in pre-match, so it doesn't have it. But the weapon you're holding out is dropped, and it's a copy of the weapon, but it doesn't care how much ammo you had. If you had 30 rockets and you died, you'll drop a rocket launcher, it'll have 10 if somebody picks it up. If you were completely out of rockets, you just fired the last one, you're click, 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 you get that little empty weapon indicator, you die, you drop a rocket launcher, there are 10 rockets in there for whoever picks it up. That might change in the future, but that's what it is right now. Another implication of this is that if you have a bolt rifle out, and the bolt rifle is in a fairly hard to get spot, this map, it's not too bad to get to, but it is somewhat out of the way compared to some other things, because your opponent needs to make a purposeful jump up here and go for it. It's not like it's on the path to an armor or something. So, generally, you don't want to die with the bolt rifle out. That way, if you do die, you're not going to leave some extra ammo for him. Also, on the topic of weapons, any weapon that's on the map that wasn't dropped by a player, so like the map maker made this, and he made this, these respawn 10 seconds after they're grabbed. All the healths and armors, as I said in the previous video, respawn every 25 seconds, or mega health spawns a little bit less often. The easiest way to actually get control and maintain control is not weaponry, but armors. So yeah, you have to hurt yourself a little bit to grab a yellow, whatever. That's fine. You can reasonably run everything in terms of the important armors and healths. The weapons, you're not going to have much of a chance to care about, because there's a rocket launcher there, there's a lightning gun there, bolt rifle here, rocket launcher here. you're not going to be able to run all of those every 10 seconds. He will get something, he will be able to abuse you, and if you're focusing on weapons, he's going to stack up on armors. So the standard strategy is to run the armors, not the weapons. It should be noted, though, that if you have an opponent who is quite a menace with certain hit scan weapons, like AZK with his bolt rifle aiming, he's the type of person who I decide, you know what, I should probably keep him away from this. If I hear him in this room, I'm going to be close enough so that if he tries to jump up to it, I can punish him, probably kill him. This map, it's a little bit harder because sometimes you're just not close to it, but on something like THCT7, this map, the railgun bolt rifle, is kind of in a hall that's pretty easy to get to in most cases. And after I kill him, one of my favorite things to do is just run by, grab it, and go about my business. Then if he tries to go for it, he has to go, do I want to wait 10 seconds here, or should I be going out and getting armors and other weapons? And sometimes it's worked out well for me, and he'll stick around, then I'll come back in a couple seconds and go like this, and get another free frag. Plus I had an extra, couple seconds to run around and get my own bearings. So, know your opponent. Know what weapons he likes to use. If he loves the ion cannon, try to take that away from him. If he loves bolt rifle, take that away from him after you frag him. Rocket launcher, you're not going to have as much hope trying to get away from people because there's usually 2 on most of the duel maps these days. Like there's one there in this one, and one right here in this one. But hit scan weapons are kind of the more devastating because they give people more options anyway. So as I mentioned earlier, the rocket explosions in this game go through thin enough walls and floors. This is actually 8 units high. That's the magic number. So, if you know the red armor's up, you see it on your timeline, your opponent is up there, you hear him jump, you fire a rocket, you might be able to even get a follow-up bolt. That could be a lot of good damage. This is a map where it has that little thing. This is kind of a trap of the red armor. Another good map that has some traps on it, THCDM 13. There are 2 good traps on this one. One of them is at the red armor and one's at the bolt rifle. So as soon as that loads in, here we go. So, these guys, they're 4 high, so no problem shooting a rocket at that and bouncing whoever's on there. And same with this. Is this 4 as well? I believe it is. Yeah, 4. So, if somebody is or trying to get to the red armor, they're in this room, and if you have a rocket launcher, you can just wait for their jump, fire, fire. You might do more damage than they've picked up in armor after that, and then you can get yellow armor if it's coming up soon. That's the sort of trap you can really take advantage of with those through-the-floor explosions. And on the flip side, if you know your opponent's down there and he's trying to line up shots, you might want to try to spam. Make sure he doesn't have a clear shot up there. Get him away from here. Do whatever you can. And try to get on and off the armor. You don't want to wait on that because it is a trap. Even though it might look safe compared to some other games, this is not safe. You're going to get hurt. So, that's that for the subtleties of Reflex. Next up, I'm going to go into some advanced dueling strategies. Stay tuned.